Hello, welcome to Blue Rose Podcast, episode number 58. You are what you choose to be. Blue Rose Podcast is dedicated to women seeking answers, trying to figure out what is standing in their way, looking to reclaim their confidence, courage, and have clarity on the direction of their life by healing their limiting beliefs and their shadows, using my proprietary confidence reclaimed shadow method. I want to talk to you today about you choose who you are and what you want. And this was such a hard concept for me to really grasp, that you are what you choose to be. Because I think a lot of us think that we're victims of circumstances, that we are what life brings us and we have no control. But in reality, you have a complete control. Now, a lot of you are gonna be like, well, I didn't pick to have this bad outcome happen, or this didn't happen. And we could debate that discussion, and that could be a podcast for another day. But at some point, you begin to choose who you are. Now, it may happen when you're 9, 10, 15, 20. At some point, you're going to stand up and say, I am in control of my life. I am in control of what happens to me. And if I have a bad outcome, then I need to seek out and figure out, what was I thinking to generate that bad outcome? Or conversely, when you have good outcomes, what are you doing? Because we are a vibrational beings. Our environment is all energy. It's 100% energy. And if you have great energy, then you bring good back in. If you have poor energy, then you're attracting bad energy. And it's a constant battle to keep how you're thinking going, to keep the good energy in. And I'm not going to lie to you, I have struggled with this and struggled with this. I am 63 years old and I have struggled with it. You know, they say, always be grateful. No matter what happens, always say thank you. And I just had something, kind of a bad outcome happen a couple of weeks ago. And I was, all this happens and all this happens. And all of a sudden I thought, you know what, Karen, try to be grateful. Every time you think about how bad that outcome was, I want you to say thank you. So every time I'd go down a negative wormhole, I'd be like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And it'd come back up and I think, why did that happen? Thank you. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. And all of a sudden I noticed, like 2 hours later, I had so much energy and I was so happy. And when I look back at the situation, I thought, wasn't what I would have chose, but I did. So I'm grateful for it and I'm moving on. So now anything happens that kind of throws me out my game, I always say, thank you. And it's not easy. It's something you have to learn to do, because I still get, for a couple of minutes, real negative and then be like, nope, Karen, be grateful. Because when you're grateful, you can't help but to be happy. And when you're happy, you can't help but to bring in positive energy. And when you bring in positive energy, the universe is like, you know what, you're pretty happy, or you're really happy. Let's show you this. And they'll show you something and they'll be like, wow, I've always wanted something like that. I have a relative of mine who I absolutely, absolutely adore. And she's been trying to work with the government on some issues. And I've been telling her the whole time, just stay up, just stay happy. If it's meant to be, it'll be happy, but don't get negative, just stay happy. And she just had this most fantastic outcome. And it's because she stayed happy. She just kept giving gratitude. No matter what happens, I'm grateful. I'm getting ready to launch an online, my confidence reclaimed course. It'll launch about September 3rd or 4th. And I just keep telling myself, thank you. I'm grateful. Thank you. I'm grateful, because I've tried to launch a sucker for years and never had the faith or the courage, because I didn't choose to be that person. I chose to be the victim. I chose to be why does everybody else get to do this, but I don't? Why does everybody else get higher success than I do? Until I realized, Karen, you're just being the victim. At what point do you decide you're going to stop being the victim? And I sit there and I argue with myself saying, well, I don't think I'm a victim, but I still get into that victim mindset. You could be a people pleaser. You could be somebody that sabotages yourself. You could be somebody that's just convinced that only bad things happen to you. You can't think that way, because as soon as you start being grateful, as soon as you say, I choose to be a happy, grateful, loving woman. Then you'll become a happy, grateful, loving woman. And when you're happy and grateful, money flows to you because money is a vibration and money vibrates at a high level. You know, if you ever research the masters of the universe, you know, the people that started the trains and the electricity and the steam engines and all that stuff. If you research that, I want to say maybe 90% died poor or lost everything or committed suicide. I was just reading a book about it about 2 weeks ago because they made this money, but they weren't grateful. They made this money and maybe in their mind, they made it on the backs of others or they treated others poorly and they never could get used to that. So they continued to have that feeling of negativity and then they end up losing it. It's like when you know how many times you heard about somebody that when they passed away, the family went in and they found $100,000 in a shoebox, or they found all these stocks and bonds, you know, tied up in a little safe in the basement. If you hoard money, you don't get more money because you're stopping the flow of energy. You have to release money out into the universe. And if you've seen The Secret, it tells you when you pay a bill, say thank you. When you get a bill, say thank you, because you're telling the universe, money, it flows easily and effortlessly to me. If you want to lose weight, say thank you when you eat. Thank you for that delicious food. I mean, I just finished lunch. Thank you for the amazing lunch. And then I think, you know, I burn calories easy and effortlessly. Weight falls off me easy and effortlessly. And you just get that energy. So decide who you choose to be. That's the first thing you have to decide. Who do you want to be financially, health-wise, career-wise, relationship-wise, money-wise? Who do you want to be in those areas? Because if you don't know, you can't get there. If you don't have what you desire, you either one, don't know what you want, or two, you have a shadow block holding you back. It's one or the other. And sometimes it's both. You don't know where you want to go and you have a shadow holding you back anyway, because you're afraid to say, I really want to own a cupcake store because I love to bake cupcakes, because you have a shadow saying, you'll never get to own a store. You're not smart, or you're not one of those people. You know, only those people get to make money, or only those people get to, you know, go on exotic vacations. That's not true. You can go wherever you want if you choose to. You just have to make the decision. Decide who you want to be, who are you choosing to be, and then be that person and live in gratitude and be thankful for everything that comes in your path, even bad things. And that's the test. Even bad things, be grateful for. And when you are, the skies will open, your energy will pick up, and the universe will deliver. I really hope this helped you guys. If you have any questions or comments, please, if you're on YouTube, put them in the comments below and give me a subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Bing. I don't know how to do all that stuff, all that fancy stuff. If you're watching this on iTunes podcast or Spotify, please give me a review. I'd so much appreciate it. And if you have any questions or anything, reach out to me. Check out my free group, Shadow Work and You, on Facebook. And if you're interested in getting more information on my upcoming Confidence Reclaimed online, it's going to be a 7-week program with office hours and all kinds of resources to kind of get people, you know, kind of get you a heal in those shadows. Because I can tell you, somebody that had a lot of shadows, and I've spent a lot of time healing, when you heal your shadows, your energy level, beep, 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 shoots right up. Hope this helped you guys. Have a great day. And here's to you finding your blue rose. Thanks, guys.